There's a new sheriff in town. That's the phrase Ken Salazar said when he took the reins at the Department of Interior. Of course, Utah Bureau of Land Management Director Juan Palma certainly doesn't see his own ascension in such dramatic terms. As the new state leader of the government agency, Director Palma's job isn't so much about rounding up outlaws, but when it comes to keeping the peace, he definitely has his hands full. The past decade has been fraught with legal challenges, complaints, trail closures, environmental actions, and endangered species claims that have seemingly pit the BLM against every group, no matter what side of the issue they're on. With his organization constantly stuck between a rock and a hard place, never able to please anyone, Director Palma has made it his goal to resolve as many of the land issues as possible with one very simple ideal.
My mantra is that we meet face to face in order to see eye to eye. And so my objective is that I want to reach out and engage and involve in a collaborative fashion as many of these groups as is humanly possible. So my invitation to them is to join us in these discussions. I see the beginnings for developing middle ground consensus on many of the long-term issues here in Utah. And that I see as a great opportunity, that ability to find the consensus and the middle ground. Because I really believe that it isn't the environment against the economy or the economy against the environment. It is both the economy and the environment working together. And I believe that Utah and its various constituencies are ready for that type of conversation.
Talking about bringing those groups together to potentially fix anything and actually making something happen are two very different things, however. For many individuals who have followed the public land access debate, talking seems to be the only thing that ever takes place. Endless discussions and listening sessions are popular, yet the debate continues. Trails remain closed, and little seems to get accomplished. Having a residence in Utah for much of his adult life, Director Palma is fully aware of this fact. His experience as director of the BLM in the eastern U.S. dealt with very different issues from his current position in Utah. But being a Westerner from birth, these problems are nothing new. Standing still on them is not an option.
I've got news for all of us, and that is that the Secretary of Interior, Ken Salazar, and the Director of the BLM, Bob Abbey, and I have talked, and we have put forth, in conjunction with many other citizens, a proposal to do a pilot project in Iron County where we're going to take a look at our roads issues and see if we can resolve many of those. And that is beginning already. One of the means that we, the BLM, have to receive official both advice and counsel input is what we call our resource advisory councils. Those councils are officially sanctioned by the Department of Interior and are charged to give the BLM here in Utah specific advice and counsel. And I may just say that this is an opportunity for me to put in a plug, that we have some vacancies in that council, and we would love to see more of the citizens of the various groups, whether ATV groups, backcountry horsemen groups, other kinds of groups, to join us in that Resource Advisory Council. I believe that most citizens, an extremely high percentage, are very responsible OHV users. My friends in the environmental community may not like to hear what I'm about to say, but I own a couple of ATVs myself with my boys. And I also believe that there's many citizens and clubs and organizations that are more than willing and able to help us out if we reach out to them to help us to do that. And I'm going to reach out to them to do that.
While Palma and the BLM may continue to find themselves in the crosshairs of both sides of the environmental and land access arguments, his pragmatic and friendly demeanor could set the stage for concrete progress. Time will tell if the new BLM leader can find that elusive balance. From the trailhead, I'm Bob Hendricks.